Okay, guys, we're going to go through the actual Ready book for this week and the reading lesson that we're going to work on. Last week we worked on RI 3.1, so this week we're looking at RL 3.1, and you could see it up here. RL 3.1 is when we ask and answer questions to demonstrate, which means to show that we can understand the text, okay? So that's basically that if somebody is asking you a question, you can answer it correctly, and you could go back into the story to help you answer that question, okay? So basically, we all know that stories are made up of characters and they have a setting or different settings, and different events take place in those stories. And we understand a character is either a person or an animal. The setting is where and when a story is taking place, and an event is something that happens in a story. For example, our books that we wrote about Max and Penny going out into space, the characters in that story are Max and Penny, also some aliens in some parts, and I am also in there at the end. And the setting is all the different planets in the solar system that we visited, and all the events are what happens in each page, okay? Because in that story we all had a different page and something differently happens, okay? So when we're reading, you can ask questions about characters, settings, and events. You can also answer questions about those same things. When you answer a question about a story, support your answer with details from the text. This will show that you understand what you're reading. Okay, for example, when we were writing the stories about Max and Penny in space, I was asking you guys about, well, why? Why did he eat ice cream? Oh, because Pluto's a very cold planet. So you're giving me details that you understand what the weather is like in Pluto, right? So I'm going to read this short little passage right here, and then we're going to work through the next page. So it says, Erica was doing her homework, and her pencil rolled off the desk and under the bed. She was peering under the bed, looking for it, when she spotted an old wooden box that she had never seen before. How did that get there? She asked herself. When Erica opened it, she saw gold coins glimmering in the dim light. Wow, she said, I think it's a treasure chest. So now, in this part, in this graph that you see in this table, we're going to think about it. We're going to say, you've learned about why it's important to ask and answer questions, right? Because you want to make sure you understand what you're reading. Now look at the chart. Finish the chart to show how the questions can be answered with details from the story. So the first question that they ask you is, what does Erica find under the bed? If we go back to the story, we can say, let's see where it is. She was peering on the bed looking for it when she spotted an old wooden box. So what did she find under the bed? An old wooden box. Can we say that she found a treasure chest? No, because that is what she thinks. We don't know if it's true. So we're going to exactly say what she found. And she spotted an old wooden box. So that would be your answer. And in your story details is where we go up, which is what I was highlighting. Those are my details. She was peering under the bed looking for it when she spotted an old wooden box she had never seen before. That's a detail, okay? You can also include, I think it's a treasure chest. Why? Because a treasure chest might look like an old wooden box. So that's a good detail to include. Why does Erica think she has found a treasure chest? Why do you think she thinks it's a treasure chest? What story detail makes us believe that? Okay, some of us might say that when she opened it, she saw gold coins, right? Normally, when you read a story about treasure chests, it's because it's filled with gold or jewels or something amazing like that. So that's a good detail you could write in that part. When Erica opened it, she saw gold coins glimmering in the dim light. You can also say that she spotted an old wooden box because, again, treasure chests might look like old wooden boxes. So those would be your details and your answer over here. Now, we need to remember to always include the character, the setting, and the event. Those are very, very, very big questions that people will be asking you when you read, okay? Which question had an answer in the text, and which one did you have to think more about? Explain how you figured out each answer in the chart. So that's when we're giving our answers and our story details. All right, now you need to go back and figure out which one did you have to think about? Which one exactly had the answer in the text, in here, and which one did not, okay? Now, once you finish with that, you're gonna go on to Grandma's Secrets, read it, pay attention to the close reader habit. What questions do you have about Grandma and her secret? Underline sentences that tell important details about grandma's secret. You're going to find out and read about a grandma and her secret. Now, what questions might you have? Think about it if it was your grandma, okay? What would you be asking her? What do you want to know more about? Once you finish with that, they gave you one question. You need to come up with your own question. What are the 5 W words that you could use to come up with questions? Who is already there, so don't use who. What, when, where, and why. Okay? You come up with your own question, and then I want you to find the details in the story and answer it. Right here in this little tip. Good readers ask what's happening in the story and whom it's happening to. They also ask where and why events happen. There you have your 5 W words. Who, what, where, when, and why. You can pick. Now, talk is number 2. What is one thing Annie and her grandmother have in common? I want you to think about that to yourself. You can't talk to anybody in your house unless you have a sibling that might understand, okay? Instead, think about it to yourself. It might help you answer number 3. Number 3, you're gonna have to go on to page 84, all right? So you're gonna skip, and go to page 84 to answer that question, okay? And right here, this is very important. Don't forget to check your writing. Even though we're not in school, you're sending me photos of this. It needs to be good, it needs to be on point, I need complete sentences. Then you're gonna go on to the Terror of Green Street. I have a feeling a lot of us did this page already. Okay, if we already did this, it's okay. This is your time to go on to Imagine Learning and Classworks. I'm going to be checking that. All right, if you did not finish it, it's your turn to read it and answer the questions. And same thing with number 3, you need to go to page 85. So 84 and 85, right there, and make sure your spelling and your writing is on check. Go through this. Did you read the prompt? Did you put the prompt in your own words? Okay, I don't want to see, oh, because blah, blah, blah. No. Restate the question. Write clear and complete sentences. We're going into 4th grade soon. We need to work on our writing. Then you have the independent practice. I am almost positive we have not done this, so everybody might be able to work on this one. Reading it and answering the questions on your own. This has a lot of onomatopoeias. And I wonder who remembers what onomatopoeia means. I see some there. And I see some people here asking about sounds. Complete that on your own. And if you need help, we will work on it together on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday in the live. And if you can't get on, let me know and we could schedule a different one. All right? Do your best. Read carefully. Okay? Bye, guys.